Hi. Okay, I think I found a spot for all the plants that I have. One of them, the honeysuckle, was the most like complicated one because it's a vine, and I'll eventually have to do a trellis of some kind. So I'm gonna put it back here. I think, as its place, but it might be moved. Who knows? And also back here, I'm gonna put in the peony and see how that does. So for reference, this is one of the areas with the raised beds, and behind it I have some asparagus fronds there. Wild kale was growing here. I have my rhubarb here, and so I'm gonna more or less try to get the honeysuckle over there and the peony along with the asparagus. Now over here is the semicircle of asparagus, but in the middle has always been a mishmash of whatever was planted here before. There's at least 2 tulips that come up here, so I'm gonna dot this area with more tulips, also some hyacinth. More in this area, I'm gonna put the Joe Pye weed and the butterfly bush. Now this area, I just recently put this bed in. Before this was supposed to be over there, and this was just going to be bare soil, which already had hyacinth bulbs in it. So I pretty much sacrificed those bulbs to put in more hyacinth bulbs. So some of the hyacinth bulbs are going to go over here. And then all the saffron, which last year, or this year, was sitting where these blueberries are now, are going to be put up into the raised bed. So in one case, these are small plants, so don't have to dig up big holes. But then again, I have to dig up a lot of little holes. This space is a little bit wilder. It's a little overgrown with goldenrod and a whole bunch of other weed. So we'll have to make the best out of this space. It's actually starting to drizzle. I hope it doesn't stick until I get inside. Finish this up. Wasn't in the forecast. And this is the questionable Joe Pye weed, which is on the brink of end. I will cover this with leaves and some kind of other protection from the dog digging it up too. Alright, we're gonna need the big guns for this. This is pretty tough soil. So these are the double Palmyra, and then I'm gonna put the Elegant Lady in front of it. The doubles are early spring, the lady is late spring. I'll come back and backfill in a bit. All right, I'm gonna have to speed this up because it's getting chilly. It's been a few hours since that last planting. I have saffron to put in this bed. I'm not doing much to this bed. I sprinkled in some alfalfa pellets. Some of it's already, most of it's disintegrated. You can see some of it here from the few rains we've had. And that's it. There's no extra fertility going into the soil other than that. So we have some saffron there. Now here's some that I saved from last year's planting, but these are looking pretty sad, so I don't know. Guess I'll plunk them in. Oop. And I spaced these out pretty generously. They could be a lot closer together. So this last batch of hyacinth, I'm going to treat a little bit different. Instead of making a row of them down the bed, I'm going to make them in clumps, because that's usually how you see them in nature anyway. And then this way I'm not wondering where they are when I plant other food in here. Like I'm imagining I'm going to be putting squash or watermelon or pumpkin or something like that in the future. So I'd like the center of the bed to be open for those plants. So yeah, I'm going to do the perimeter and I'm going to do these in clumps. Well, aside from a whole lot of mulching, I am done. Another fall project in the bag. I think I think we're no, I think we're there. I just gotta clean up the winterizing of the peppers and stuff like that. But as far as outdoor stuff, other than some things that need to be harvested, like carrots and not beets, rutabaga and stuff. Yeah, Jerusalem artichoke is another one I'd like to look at before full winter sets in. But the sky has opened up for some reason. We're getting some sprinkles, and it's gotten cold. I gotta go feed the chickens before it gets too dark. Thanks for hanging out. So I'll harvest more. Bye.